Hi, welcome to Prenatal Yoga. I'm Liza Danda. Sit either on the folded edge of a blanket or like I'm sitting up on a block. Just helps to lift the hips a little higher than the knees, helps to tilt the pelvis forward, which helps the uterus be aligned well in the pelvis. It also takes a lot of pressure off the lower back. Feels pretty good. So go ahead and sit, get comfortable, and then close your eyes. Let your hands rest on your knees with your palms down in a sense of grounding yourself. Take a deep breath in through the nose, an audible sigh through the mouth, and do that again. In through the nose, out through the mouth. On your next exhale, consciously relax the shoulders and the arms, let them become heavy. And just settle into your seated position with your eyes staying closed. And I'm going to use your imagination here. With your eyes closed, just let your breath be normal. And now this might sound weird, but have you ever thought about how you create saliva in your mouth? Can you do it right now? Probably not, just automatically. But if you take a moment with your eyes closed and imagine the most beautiful yellow lemon hanging from a tree, then imagine that you pick it and you take it home to put it into your tea. Once you're home, you look at it and see the brightness of its color. Notice the moisture forming on the peel from the juices bursting to come out. You take a knife and you cut it in half. The juices squirt everywhere, and about now, most of you are probably salivating. I know I am whenever I read this. Makes my mouth water. Your own mind created a physical response within your body, simply through your own imagination. And this imagination and visualization, you see it in your mind and you believe it, and so you get this physical response. But one of the problems when it comes to labor and birth is that people have a lot of fear. Marie Mongan said, "The fear of childbirth incites physical pain." You're expecting pain because people have told you it's going to be just excruciating. We have convinced ourselves that labor is risky and we're fearful of it. But fear during labor activates our primal fight or flight mechanism. That causes stress hormones, catecholamines, to slow down digestion, to make the heart speed up, to force blood to the arms and legs, and deplete blood flow to the uterus. And that creates more pain, uterine pain, and it also slows down labor progress. So, if you have fear of labor, you probably know very little about it, or maybe you had a bad experience. But one of the best ways to overcome that is by taking a really good childbirth class, a comprehensive childbirth class that's a minimum of 10 hours, possibly more, but also practicing relaxation, practicing comfort techniques for labor and relaxation techniques for labor. And if you can find yourself a good childbirth teacher, you'll learn that, and it's a great thing to do with your partner or your birth coach. Now go ahead and come onto your hands and your knees. Bring your knees a little bit wider than your hips, because if you're pregnant, you probably have a great big belly in the way, or you're on your way to having a great big belly in the way. And take your hands out in front of you. Take a nice deep breath, and then go ahead and round your back until you're all the way back into child's pose. So your big toes are touching, your knees are wide apart. If you are in your third trimester or towards the end of your third trimester, it might be more comfortable to rest your forehead on a block, and you can make it whatever height you need to make it. Go ahead and push your hips back towards your heels. Let your chest sink down towards the mat. And then let your elbows bend so you can relax your shoulders. I like to turn my palms up. It allows my shoulders to relax a bit. And take a couple of deep, deep breaths here. And as you tune into the breath, think about the power of healing the breath has. And then slowly round your back as you rise up to your hands and your knees. The breath can get you through so many stressful moments. Inhale to a cow stretch, lifting the shoulders and the sit bones up as you look up. And then as you exhale, kind of round your back, but kind of go around in a circle. So the hips go to the right, then they go to the left. Come back up with your shoulders over your hands into a cow stretch and go the other way. Hips go to the left, back rounds, hips go to the right. Inhale, and then back to the right. And this is a time that if you know a certain motion is going to feel good on your back, you go right ahead and do it. And one more time, hips to the left and then to the right. And come up into just a regular cat-cow. Inhale, lifting the shoulders, sit bones, tucking the tailbone under. And then I like to push my hips back, and that stretches the muscles on both sides of my spine. A little deeper. Inhale, pushing back. Inhale, and back. So think about yourself. How do you deal with stressful situations? Do you tend to panic? Do you tend to react? Or can you take a breath and think, how do I want my body to react? What can I do with my mind and my breath to calm myself down? Come to your forearms and do some pelvic rock. So pelvic rocking helps to tone and stretch the belly, the back, the bottom. It helps improve circulation to the placenta. It helps reduce lower back pain in pregnancy. I think I don't know anybody who's pregnant who hasn't experienced some low back pain. And a few more. Nice deep breath here. And all the way back up. We're going to step back, step our feet back. We're going to come into a plank. You don't have to come into a plank, but first bring your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders. Move your knees underneath your hips, and then bring your shoulders over your wrists. If you don't want to go into plank, just go right up into downward dog. Otherwise, pull your belly in and up towards your baby and step one foot back at a time into a plank. Firm your thighs and then slowly lift your heels, lift your hips, push yourself all the way back to your first downward dog. You can bend your elbows a little bit and then draw your elbows in towards each other and try to squeeze that Kegel muscle, that pelvic floor muscle, and then very gently hug your belly muscles in. Nice deep breath. Bend one knee at a time as you press the opposite heel down, stretching out the backs of the legs. And don't forget to keep that Kegel muscle contracted, gently hugging the belly muscles in. One more breath. Good. And then go ahead and open the feet. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Come into a half forward fold with your hands on your shins. Make sure you've got a tiny little bend in those knees. As you extend your collarbones forward, you might even look towards the top edge of your mat. Take a deep breath here and then float forward over your legs. Do that again. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Halfway up. And fold. And one more halfway up. Fold forward. Cross your arms, hang. Everybody loves this one. But If you are suffering from heartburn in your pregnancy, you can still get your hamstrings stretched and keep your head above your heart so that your heart above your belly so that the heartburn doesn't bother you. You can sway a little bit if you want to. You can be still if you want to. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let your hands float towards the mat. Sit back in a chair pose, sweeping those arms all the way up. Take a breath. And exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale. Now bring your right arm back, your left arm forward, and take this right hand and place it right there on your sacrum. See if you can kind of tuck your tailbone under, lift your heart, and then use your hand on your sacrum to twist a little bit more from the shoulders. Take a breath. Move your hips back now and rise all the way up, as tall as you can be. You're going to fold forward. Now you might have a big belly and might not be able to touch the mat, and so if that's the case, put that block right there in front of you. Otherwise, take your hands all the way down. Fingertips are right underneath the shoulder. As I twist my shoulders to the right, I'm going to bend my left knee, but lean my hips to the right, and then I can twist and reach my right hand up. Getting a nice stretch in my right hip. If your belly's not really big, it's not really in the way, you can bring your feet a little closer to each other, maybe underneath the hips. Deep breath here. Lower that right hand down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Chair. Sit back. Right arm forward, left arm back, left hand on the sacrum. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the heart a little higher, move your hips back more. And now take a breath and twist from the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out, straighten the legs, reach up high, fold forward, fold. Those hands come, that hand, right hand comes right under the shoulder. Bend the right knee, keep the left leg straight, twist your shoulders to the left, reach your left hand up. And move your hips just a little bit more to the left. Deepening that stretch, you kind of move around. See where you get the best twist, the best hip stretch. Breathe in and out. One more. Lower down. Good. Half forward fold. Inhale. Full forward fold. Exhale. If you are going to need that block, bring it with you. Come back up into a chair, but then all the way up. And we're going to walk up to the top edge of the mat. If you need that block, go ahead and place it right there in front of your mat. It just makes a forward fold easier, especially if you're towards the end of your third trimester. Feet about hip width apart, or probably wider for your forward fold for your big belly. Inhale into a chair pose. Exhale, sit. Deep, deep breath here. Inhale. Airplane those arms. Exhale. Rise all the way up. Full forward fold. Exhale. If you need that block, inhale halfway up. Plant your hands and take your right foot all the way back. We're going to lower the right knee. And this is, again, where this block can come in handy. You can bring it inside of the left foot just to give you a little bit more room for your belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, walk your hands to the top of your left thigh and pull the belly and squeeze that Kegel muscle. Lift up and lengthen. And imagine you can feel your hips sinking down, pulling that belly in. One more breath. Go ahead and place both hands inside of your left foot or on your block, or one hand on either side of the left leg, and flex your left foot. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. And I like to reach my hands even further forward, whether they're inside of my left leg. So if you've got a belly, you're going to have to go inside that left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Good. Lunge forward. Put your hands on the block or on either side of the foot. Curl your back toes under. Lift up, lengthen. Step forward into a half forward fold. Inhale. And a full forward fold. Exhale, chair. Airplane, all the way up, and a full forward fold once again. Exhale, halfway up, inhale. Plant your hands and step the left foot back. Left knee's gonna come down, the block comes inside the right foot. I'll just use the block, it makes it easier. And then let the hips sink down. Just take your mind to those muscles that you're trying to stretch. See if you can squeeze your Kegel muscle, lift your heart, take a breath. Maybe take your hands to the top of your thigh, make yourself even taller. Imagine that breath. It's coming in through the nose, down the back of the throat. It's going into the lungs, and that oxygen spreading to all those muscles. Inhale, hands down to the block or the mat. Flex your right foot, take those hips back. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, walk your hands forward or stretch forward. Good, inhale, look up, lunge forward, curl the back toes under, lift your back knee up, step forward into a half forward fold, inhale, and a full forward fold, exhale, chair. And airplane the arms, rise all the way up, inhale, fold forward, exhale, halfway up. Now you can keep your hands on the block, or you can take your fingertips to the mat, and I want you to bend this left knee a little so you can lift this right leg. You're coming into sort of a supported warrior three or airplane pose. Take a breath. You're going to come into a lunge from right here. Inhale, slowly bending that front knee. Rise up with the arms. Good. Lift, lengthen. Bend the left knee over the left ankle. Firm this right thigh. Squeeze your Kegel muscle, pull your belly in and up towards your baby. Take a breath. Bring both hands down inside of your left foot. You're going to pivot your right foot out. Both hands to each knee. Good. You're in horse pose. Good. I want you to really open up the lungs with this breath. Inhale. And as you inhale and you open the lungs, slowly straighten the legs and take the arms up in star, and then bring the hands through the heart center. Inhale. Exhale. So you might be taking a deeper breath, a longer breath than you're used to. Inhale. Now take your arms parallel to the mat. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toe to the front of your mat, and you're in warrior two. Take a deep, deep breath here. Lift your heart. Look over the left fingertips. Track your left knee to the left. Firm your right thigh. Breathe. Good. Bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Palm up. Sweep this right arm by the ear. Rotate, externally rotate this right arm. Pull your belly in. Tuck your tailbone. Extend your collarbones forward. Good. Nice deep breath here. And exhale. One more. Rise up. You're going to come into triangle, so reach out. Now this is where this block can come in handy again. Make sure you take it outside your left calf, or you can put your hand on your calf. Take your right hand straight up, and think about making as much space in the body as you can. So that means I'm reaching through the tips of my right fingers. I'm reaching through the crown of my head, out even through the outer edge of my right foot, my back foot. And the spine is long. Take a breath. Slowly look down and reach your right arm alongside your ear. Don't take it lower than your ear. Take that right hand straight up again. Firm that left thigh. Firm your right thigh. Pull your belly in. Inhale. Rise up. And as you exhale, windmill your arms down to that mat. Make sure you pivot your back foot all the way forward before you try to step forward, and step into a half forward fold. Inhale. Full forward fold. Exhale. Chair. Airplane the arms all the way up. Folding forward, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Planting the hands, exhale. Left foot back. Whoops. Bring that left foot. Don't take that left foot back. We're going to come into that airplane pose. Take it back. Lift it up. You might even use that block like I'm using it and lengthen. Really, really lengthen. And now, take a deep breath. Get ready. Slowly bring yourself into a lunge. High crescent lunge. Bending into that right knee. Firming the left thigh. Lift up and lengthen. Breathing deeply. Slowly, I'm relaxing my shoulders, my jaw. Take a breath. Right hand, both hands inside your right foot. Pivot that left foot out. Hands to the tops of your thighs. And then inhale, open up the arms. Slowly straighten the legs as you deepen that breath. Bringing the hands through the heart center as you exhale back into horse pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, all the way up. Arms are parallel to the mat. Turn the left toes in. Turn the right toes to the front of the mat. Warrior two. Looking out over the right fingertips. Tracking the right knee to the right. Pushing the outer edge of the left foot, the back foot into the mat. Breathe. And extended side angle, right forearm to the right thigh. Externally rotate this left arm. Bring it alongside the ear. Tuck the tailbone under. Extend the collarbones. Look up. Create that space in your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. And in. And out. One more. Get ready for triangle. All the way up. Reach way up. And if you're using a block, you use a block on the other side, take that block. Make sure it's outside of your calf. Reach your left fingertips as high as you can. Reach the top of your head forward. The outer edge of the left foot reaches down to the mat. Firming both thighs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look down and stretch this left arm alongside the ear. Deep breath. Bend that left knee. Reach that hand up. Rise all the way up. And windmill your arms all the way down to that mat. Pivoting that back foot forward before you even try to step forward. Step into a half forward fold. Inhale. Full forward fold. Exhale. The chair pose, but this time rise all the way up. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Now, if you don't have a block, maybe you can stand in front of a chair or something that will give you the balance that if you're having a hard time with your balance, it will help you give the stability is what I'm looking for. Good. Your feet are about hip width apart. We're going to come into figure four, stretching the hips. So as you inhale, sweep your arms forward and up as you lift your right leg, coming into one-legged Tadasana pose. Flex this right foot. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. And very, very slowly, bring the arms parallel to the floor. This might be it for you. This might be the spot. Or maybe you have a chair in front of you. Put your hands on the chair or a table or sofa, whatever it is. But if you're able to, and you have a block or you have something lower, float your hands down to the block and see if you can bend your left knee a little bit more. Make sure you've got this right foot flexed. Bend the left knee a little more. Good, and take a breath. You probably feel a pretty good hip stretch here. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe extend the collarbones forward. Now, This is very important. Do not completely straighten your left leg. Just straighten it about 95% and then fold over the block. You might make the block shorter. Some of you might be able to touch the mat. And move your hips just a little more to the right. Take a breath. If you used a block, place your hands on the block again. And get ready. You're going to bring those arms forward and up. Whoop. Let's start again. Here we go. See? It's okay. Fall down 7 times. Get up 8. Ready? Inhale slowly. Lift it up and bring it back down again. Yeah, second time's a charm. All right. Nice deep breath. And exhale. Ready? One-legged mountain pose. Left leg lifts. Inhale, lift it up. Flex the foot. Cross the left ankle on the right thigh. Bring the arms parallel to the floor as you bend your right knee. This might be the spot for you. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you're getting enough of a hip stretch here. Otherwise, float your hands down to the block or whatever form of support you have and see if you can bend your right knee a little bit more. Now, see if you can focus on the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe this is the place where you stop. Maybe this is your edge where you stop. And then, if you want to go further, remember, you're going to straighten this leg only about 95% and then float your body over both legs. Let your head and your neck relax. Try to let your shoulders relax. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really feeling this on my left side. Gently move your hips a little more to the left. Let's see if I can do it better the second time. Deep breath. Exhale. Walk your hands back to the block or your support. And get ready. You're going to sweep the arms forward and up and bring the foot down. A little wobbly today. Take those arms all the way out and up. Take a full forward fold. Exhale. Good. And a half forward fold. Inhale. Bend the knees and step yourself all the way back to downward facing dog. Sway your hips gently from side to side. I want you, as you do that, picture your baby just floating in your belly. As you move, that baby gently floats back and forth. They love that motion. Probably peacefully sleeping. Without a care in the world. Deep breath. Lower to child's pose. Take your knees wide. Bring your big toes to touch. Sit all the way back. And again, if your belly's really gotten big and you need to have support for your head, you can put your head on a block. Let the arms stretch out in front. Good. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And you're going to prepare yourself for Shavasana. So you're going to need 2 pillows, one for your head, one for your knee. Lie down on your left side. Get onto your left hip. Put this right arm out in front. Bring the left arm behind you. Let your head rest on one pillow. Bring this top knee, the right knee, on the second pillow. And you can very gently roll your shoulders forward just a little bit. And allow yourself to get comfortable. So I'm going to read a relaxation from Enjoy Productions. So close your eyes and just ease yourself into the position that is the most comfortable for you, preparing to take a journey into the womb. With your eyes closed, breathe deeply and allow every single part of your body to be completely relaxed. And imagine that you're able to be in the womb, seeing your child, almost like a camera can go in there and you can see. And picture the baby in a way that brings you joy. You might see the baby floating peacefully inside the womb, or just the way you think he or she might look. Simply enjoy being with your baby in your mind's eye. And take a breath. If your mind begins wandering in different directions, just remind yourself to concentrate on your beautiful baby, keeping your body and your mind completely relaxed is important. You share your love with your baby. And you can do this by talking to your baby throughout the day. Just imagine you're getting an answer for the baby. Talk to them. They love to hear your voice. They know your voice. Ask the baby questions. Imagine the answers. Anything you want. The main emphasis should be on the love that you have for your baby and sharing that love. You're going to give your baby anything and everything you possibly can to help them as they grow up and be healthy. Just as right now you're giving your baby all the nutrients he or she needs. And your body is made to give birth. And your baby, as well as your body, grows stronger every day. Just allow yourself to give into gravity. And maybe you take a moment and silently express gratitude for this miracle of this perfect union of you and your baby. Now you can stay in Shavasana as long as you need to. But for right now, I'm going to say namaste. Thanks so much for joining me. God bless. Namaste.